Tonight on SCTV3, check out the exciting events of Springfield's Family Weekend celebrations.
Plus, an athletic trainer gives his view on the NFL's Guardian caps and whether they should be used in college football.
All that and more tonight on SCTV3.
Hello and welcome to SCTV3 Weekly News. I'm Tucker Paquette.
And I'm Reilly. Thanks for joining us.
With Family Weekend this past weekend, the students had the perfect opportunity to have their parents visit campus and spend some quality time with them. From the football game on Friday to classic events like bingo, there was plenty for parents to enjoy with their kids. SCTV3's River Mitchell went around campus and asked parents how they were enjoying their time on Alden Street.
Once again, the annual Family Weekend at Springfield College commenced from Friday, September 20th to Saturday, the 21st. For a lot of parents, this was the first opportunity they were able to see their kid, while also giving the students an opportunity to catch up with their parents.
It's good. I'm a big family guy, so it's great to see them after a few weeks and stuff. So I like it and enjoy it.
Amazing, completely amazing. We were so excited to get here the whole way here and happy to be here through the weekend.
Great time.
On the docket for Family Weekend was a long list of events to entertain students and their families. Friday, families had the option of going to the school's football game where they beat Union College 37-20 or participate in the always popular bingo. Saturday featured many more events, including a family barbecue from 11:30 to 2, family fun on the admin green from 12 to 4, and an evening of entertainment inside the Union from 7 to 8. While all the events had great turnouts, there were certain events that certain parents were the most excited for.
We're going to the football game tonight, so we're on our way there now.
And then maybe catching some bingo afterwards.
Yep.
The football game tonight, mostly looking forward to seeing my daughter, which I was able to do. I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks since school started. And the football game tonight I'm looking forward to.
Above it all, the parents cherish the time with their kids and are very proud of them for getting where they are today.
I'm very, very proud of him. He worked really hard through the college selection process and all of that. And, we did a lot of college tours. Interestingly enough, this was the first one, and I knew the minute we stepped foot on campus that this was school for Caleb. So very happy to see him here. I'm very proud of him.
She knew pretty early when she started looking at schools that she wanted to come to Springfield, and it seems like a really good fit for her. We're really, really proud of her.
More than I can even say. Through everything so far, all his life, all his high school, getting here, everything. So proud.
He's done all right. No, he's a kid. He's a great kid. I'm very proud of him.
And now that will officially conclude Parents Weekend of 2024. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm River Mitchell.
Tuesday night, the NSO E-Board held its first of 3 meetings in the Judd presentation room, in which students interested in becoming an NSO leader could get more information about the job and process from current members. The room was full of energy and excitement, and over 30 students showed up to learn more and hear about why they should join. NSO, or New Student Orientation Leaders, are tasked with running the events for freshmen and transfer students to meet new people and learn what it means to be a part of the Springfield College community. The main NSO weekend takes place before returning students move in and allows first-year students for the opportunity to become comfortable on campus, along with the transfer session, the start of the second semester.
I would say to find your place on this campus and find a group of people that will accept you for who you are, and then you can also do the same for the incoming freshmen to be who they want to be and determine who they're going to be here at Springfield College.
There's an application for students to fill out, followed by an interview by members of the E-Board. For more information, email Ben Morales or Annie Warshall.
With election season right around the corner, absentee voting gives students another option when casting their ballot. The students can vote absentee if they won't be able to vote in their home city or town on election day. Absentee ballots can be submitted via mail, email, or fax. The deadline to request a ballot is October 29th at 5 p.m., but it is recommended that anyone interested apply as early as possible. But once a student receives and fills out their absentee ballot, they can return it by mail, hand deliver it to the election office in their city or town, or place it in a ballot drop box near them. More information about absentee voting can be found at vote.org.
The Springfield College Veterans and Military Service Center has been relocated to the Campus Student Union. Previously located in a house at the corner of Middlesex Street and Alden Street, the Veterans Center now resides on the second floor of the Campus Union. The move was made for those on campus that may need to visit the Veterans Center, cutting out the long walk down Alden Street. The new spot allows more traffic and visitors for the center, allows student veterans to go and study, relax, or talk to other veterans on campus. The Veterans Center is open 8:30 to 4:30 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the second floor of the Union if you are interested in checking it out. We now send it over to Studio B, where Shane Barron has our local and national weather forecasts. Shane?
Well, thank you very much, Liam. If you were planning on going pumpkin picking or going to a little apple forest, it's not going to happen this weekend, as the weather is going to be in the low to mid 70s all week long with cloudy gray skies. Hopefully by Thursday, the weather opens up a little bit and we might have a chance for some outdoor activities next weekend. Now with some national weather. Hurricane Helena strengthened into a Category 3 storm with sustained winds of 120 miles per hour Thursday afternoon, as it's projected to make landfall in Tallahassee tonight. The hurricane is likely to cause devastation along Florida's Gulf Coast, with the National Hurricane Center at 2 p.m. reporting Helena's sustained winds as high as 110 miles per hour. Several Florida counties have ordered evacuations, and 4 counties with a total population of more than 70,000 people have ordered all residents to leave. The storm hit areas of Mexico and Cuba over the week and strengthened due to the warm Gulf temperatures. A storm surge of 5 to 8 feet is predicted for the area around St. Petersburg, putting residents of barrier islands and low-lying coastal areas in danger. Now back to you guys in the studio.
On Monday, I had the opportunity to sit down and speak with Maria Crawford about her new position as the Interim Director of Alumni Relations.
So I'm proud to take on the role as the Interim Director of Alumni Relations here at Springfield College. I am a proud graduate of the class of 1991. Assisting our partners in admissions in recruiting future triangles, and assisting our partners in development in raising funds for Springfield College for scholarships, for many, many different areas of need throughout the college. Career development piece in terms of connecting our current students with our alums and connecting alums to alums. We've hosted some wonderful career networking events on campus, and pre-COVID we actually took the networking programs on the road to both the New York City area and to the Boston area. To work at a place that strongly believes in the humanics philosophy, educating students for leadership and service to others in spirit, mind, and body. To have that niche, it's just incredible to have that as a guiding light in the work that I do.
After the break, see the Pride Night layout coming in October.
Oh, Vanessa, you gonna text her back?
Nope, I'm high. I'm gonna hit the treadmill.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Nope, I'm high. How about they come over?
Where?
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
The school's mainframe PrideNet will be looking a little different come October. The ITS department announced this week. The site will transition to a new, more interactive campus groups platform. PrideNet was the last remaining domain left to replace after the transition to Banner last year, and was a multiple-year process moving away from the Genzabar software system. The new platform will be going live on October 15th and feature a cleaner look, grouped organizations, and new navigation aspects. Anthony Moody, the Chief Information Officer, said the school was focused on keeping the essential actions familiar for students and faculty.
We tried to keep it somewhat familiar. What do students and faculty and staff need to start with? So that's what's going to go live. So for example, you're used to seeing my profile where you have a lot of links, so you can go into banner and register and do different things. That's all going to be there.
The new layout will be continually updated. As Moody says, the platform will always be evolving to meet students and faculty's needs.
The student advocates for wellness here on campus are all about promoting various types of health and have recently welcomed a number of new members. The work-study group of peer educators go into wellness classes and residence halls and present about how to engage in certain healthy behaviors. If you see flyers around campus that say Safer Sex Express, that is the student advocates. One of their notable steps is that they deliver condoms to you anonymously within 72 hours of filling out the link in their Instagram bio. The group isn't just limited to sexual health, though, as current advocate Maria Crawford explained.
We also participate in NEDA Week, so National Eating Disorder Awareness Week, with Love Your Body activities, basically body positivity and increasing everyone's body image about each other and their self and just boosting confidence and things like that.
Follow SC_student advocates for upcoming events. The advocates usually are in the Wellness Center.
Israel and Hezbollah have exchanged strikes this week, continuing nearly year-long conflict that has left countless people dead or in captivity. With tensions running high, a renewed focus is being placed on trying to find a solution that stops the fighting and return hostages home. I have the latest on the situation.
Tensions have risen this past week between Israel and Hezbollah, with a series of strikes being exchanged. The rocket strikes have killed hundreds of people and left thousands of others wounded. Monday was the deadliest day of battle between Israel and Hezbollah since 2006. Also, almost 100,000 people have been displaced from their homes in Lebanon because of the fighting. Israel has launched aggressive strikes in recent days as the country's defense minister has their forces acting with increased urgency. On Friday, an Israeli strike in Beirut killed the top Hezbollah leader. It is likely that Israel will continue this trend in the coming days and weeks, possibly in the form of an operation that goes into Lebanon.
Going into southern Lebanon and trying to push Hezbollah back north so that tens of thousands of Israelis who have not been able to return to their homes since October 7th can go home.
With animosity seemingly increasing by the day, discussion has picked up on how to resolve this conflict, at least temporarily. U.S. President Joe Biden believes de-escalating the situation is a must, and that a peaceful conclusion to this recent wave of fighting is best for everybody involved.
Full-scale war is not in anyone's interest. Even if the situation has escalated, a diplomatic solution is still possible. In fact, it remains the only path to lasting security.
At the same time, there is an emphasis on getting as many hostages back home safely as possible and removing civilians from dangerous areas surrounded by combat.
The best way to get that is through diplomacy, an agreement to pull back forces, allow people to return home in northern Israel. Also, many Lebanese in southern Lebanon forced from their homes. We want to get people back home.
The United States and their allies are pushing for a 21-day ceasefire, hoping that this will force the sides to negotiate and work towards a more long-term resolution.
On Tuesday, Marcellus Williams, a man convicted of murder in St. Louis 2 decades ago, was executed. The execution was carried out despite one of the prosecutors of the case saying Williams' life should be spared because of DNA evidence that did not connect him to the case. Williams' death has led to public outrage, and I have you covered with the details. Marcellus Williams, a 55-year-old man, was convicted of killing Leisha Gale back in 1998. Gale had had her home broken into and was stabbed to death during the robbery. Williams was sent to face execution in 2015 and 2017, received reprisals both times after DNA testing was thought to potentially exonerate him. Despite the family of the victim and prosecutor wanting the death sentence of Williams to be converted into life in prison with no parole, Missouri Governor Mike Parsons still went through with the death penalty. Protests and rallies formed in Missouri when the news broke. One of Williams' attorneys stated the prosecutor of the case had removed 6 of the 7 black prospective jurors. Several members of the Missouri Department of Corrections spoke about the execution.
We hope this gives finality to a case that has languished for decades, re-victimizing Miss Gale's family over and over again. No juror nor judge has ever found Williams' innocence claim to be credible.
At 4:50 p.m., the Department of Corrections received word that all petitions had been denied by the U.S. Supreme Court and that the department could begin with the execution sequence.
Both of Williams' sons and his attorneys were at the execution, present from another room. One of Williams' sons, Marcellus Williams Jr., led a prayer circle shortly after and spoke about his dad.
I just want everybody to follow his wishes, you know what I'm saying? My dad he didn't really want like a huge uproar, you know what I'm saying, behind this. He had a strong spirit, like I said before. He just wanted everybody to continue to work.
Williams was the 3rd Missouri inmate executed this year and the 100th since the state resumed use of the death penalty in 1989.
The manhunt is underway for the suspects involved in the Alabama mass shooting last weekend. Birmingham authorities are now calling on the public for any additional video or testimony about the suspects, and are offering a $100,000 reward for more information. SCTV3's Patrick Fergus is covering the ongoing investigation.
The Birmingham Police Department now believes the mass shooting that took place this past Saturday was an intended hit on one of the deceased.
There was an individual there who was targeted. We feel comfortable in saying that at this point in time.
The incident resulted in 4 deaths overall, along with 17 other people that suffered gunshot wounds. According to Police Chief Scott Thurmond, the suspects reportedly pulled up in a vehicle and opened fire, with over 100 shell casings found at the scene. Investigators are now saying they are confident there were likely multiple shooters. The suspects were also believed to be armed with a Glock switch, which can turn a semi-automatic weapon into a fully automatic weapon, and is a growing problem in the local community.
It's pretty concerning. It happens a lot because there's people outside of my apartment complex that get shot and killed like every week.
With Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin calling for action to combat gun violence.
Do not tell me this is not solvable. Do not tell me this is only on the police to solve. Elected officials, locally, statewide, and nationally have a duty to solve this American crisis.
Still, without anyone in custody, authorities are in the midst of a manhunt, urging anyone with information to come forward and assist with the search.
The priority is to get these shooters, find these shooters and get them off our streets. That will require the assistance of community members.
Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Patrick Fergus.
When we come back, we talk to an athletic trainer on campus about the benefits of the Guardian Cap and whether college teams like the Pride will use them in the future.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Drew, spotting on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
The NFL's decision to allow players to wear Guardian caps in games this season has sparked some debate on what the future of the caps can be. Still, the NCAA has no such rules enforcing teams to wear them, including here at Springfield College. SCTV3's Nick Panchages talked to members of the football team and athletic training department to get insight about the potential use of the Guardian cap beyond just the pros.
The NFL made a groundbreaking decision this spring, allowing players to wear Guardian caps on their helmets in-game. The primary role of the cap, which was made by a company named Guardian Sports, is to reduce the rate of concussions on hits to the head.
Yeah, so the Guardian caps are a padding that goes on the outside of a football helmet. And the theory behind it is that they're designed to decrease the amount of force that happens when a player gets hit. So imagine putting a small pillow on the outside of the helmet to absorb some of those forces. That's generally what the Guardian cap is designed to do and try to minimize the collision associated with the head.
The NFL mandated the use of the caps for offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, and running backs in training camp in 2022 and 2023, and this year adjusted the rules so that every position besides kickers, punters, and quarterbacks had to wear them. Despite this, there are no such rules in the NCAA. According to the San Diego Union Tribune, more than 200 college teams wear the caps in practice, but Springfield College is not one of them. Tyler Simonic, a junior on the football team, attributes that to the NCAA's lack of a mandated policy, saying he would personally wear the cap.
I feel that our coaches and everyone at Springfield definitely would agree with us using them because they care about our best interest. I definitely would, just because you see all these scary cases of brain damage and CTE throughout guys in the NFL, college, and even in high school. And being a quarterback, especially a triple option quarterback where we're running the ball a lot of head impact, and the Guardian caps seem to work, as you see many NFL players using them today. So yeah, I personally would wear them.
NFL Executive Vice President of Player Health and Safety Jeff Miller claimed that the caps reduced concussions by 52% in practices compared to practices without the cap. The future of football looks to have the Guardian cap in it, but it may just be a little too early to make the cap mandatory in games.
I think there's still a lot of research that needs to be done about these technologies. We've certainly seen in the laboratory setting that these things can potentially decrease the amount that a player gets hit by. And we have some basic low level of evidence coming out of the NFL right now to support some reduction in injuries. We just need to see a little bit more research on that. If the research continues in the way that it is, I could see a world in which that becomes sort of commonplace, but we're just a little bit too early for that to be said at this point.
So far, 6 NFL players this season have worn the cap in-game, including Patriot safety Jabril Peppers, while the NCAA does not have any policy for wearing them in games. However, that may change soon, with schools like Springfield College potentially having the option to wear the caps in games. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Nick Pantages.
Send it over to Dante Iafredi with SCTV3 Sports Extra, your home for all things Pride Athletics.
Remember to join us every Thursday at 7 for weekly news.
Same time.
Same place.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of SCTV3 Sports Extra. I'm Dante Iafredi bringing you news on all things Springfield athletics. The Pride have finally done it. For the first time since 2016, the Springfield College football team took down Union College in a high-scoring affair, winning 37-20. The Pride offense was once again on the ground and running with 4 running backs collecting over 70 rushing yards. Dante Vasquez ran for 94 yards with Arshan Stefan right behind him with 93. Both of them also had 2 touchdowns each. The Pride also got big production from Joseph Cananzaro with 76 yards on only 6 carries, with Blaine Hart adding another touchdown with 72 rushing yards and a 42-yard reception of his own. While the Garnet Chargers did not get good production from quarterback Patch Flanagan, who threw for 262 yards, it wasn't enough for the Garnet Chargers to mount a comeback.
It feels so good. Just all the time and effort we put into this thing. It's not just to beat Union, it's to go 1-0 every week, and any opponent we face, we're ready to go.
The Pride start conference play this Saturday with their game against Coast Guard. The women's soccer team opened new MAC play over the weekend with a 1-1 draw with Salve Regina. Although the Pride held a decisive 21-5 advantage in shots, they were only able to get 1 goal across. In the 36th, Olivia Rauchi was sent to the penalty spot and failed to convert. Salve Regina got on the board with a nice through ball that slipped through the Pride's backline. The Pride tied it up in the 75th minute as Rauchi redeemed herself with her 2nd season goal. The Pride also drew with nationally ranked Amherst on Thursday night, moving their record to 3-1-3. The Springfield College women's field hockey team lost to Salve Regina 4-1 on Saturday. The Pride started off their first NEWMAC conference game in a rough patch as they allowed 2 goals in the first period. They would allow another one with less than 2 minutes into the second period. Springfield ended Salve's shutout with a goal by Audrey Hayes with 4 minutes left in the first half. The Pride looked to rebound in the second half, but their offense continued to struggle. The Seahawks put in their dagger with another goal to close up a 4-1 victory against the Pride. Springfield will look to end their 3-game losing streak against Western New England on Wednesday night. This week on SCTV3's Sports in Studio Athlete Interview, I got a chance to speak with Anna Beck, a graduate student on the women's field hockey team. I'm here with Anna Beck, the graduate student for the women's field hockey team. So Anna, as a transfer student, how has the transition kind of been, and how do you like Springfield College so far?
Well, I love it so far. The girls made the transition very smooth. They welcomed me in, and it's been great so far, yeah.
Well, now, when did you kind of first get involved in field hockey? Did you start at a younger age? Did you pick it up later, or how did it start?
Oh, wow. Well, I started when I was 7 years old. I played just like a little travel league in my town, and then through high school, and then college. Making it all the way here. It's not easy to make it college. So now, obviously, you're a graduate student, but you're also a transfer student. Yes.
You went to Bryant, then Franklin Pierce. After traveling to all those schools and now you ended up here, what has been the best piece of advice you have gotten from a coach, player, maybe something you've heard?
I think the best piece of advice is like you'll find your spot. When it comes to recruiting, there is a school for you. It may be a little bit of a journey like mine was, but you will find that school.
Now, do you think Springfield College is that spot?
Yes, I'm very happy with where I am now.
Well, we're definitely glad to have you. Obviously, you've been a big part of the field hockey team. Now, when you want to accomplish a goal, maybe something personal or a team goal, do you have anything specifically in mind, maybe this season or something you've accomplished in the past?
This season, my goal has just been kind of score some goals. I set the number at 5 for me because through my college career, I was actually a defender at my previous school. So my highest goals I scored in a season was 4. So my goal was 5 this year, and it's looking pretty good so far.
You're on pace, definitely. You had 3 in one game for sure, so you're kind of getting there. And then my last question is, what is one thing nobody knows about Anna Beck?
Ooh,
special talent, anything, something, maybe a sport you played growing up that nobody knew about?
My dream when I was little was actually to be an Olympic runner. Track was my first love before field hockey, and definitely not that fast anymore.
Did you play track or middle school, high school?
I was a 3-sport captain in high school, and 2 of the seasons were track. So
that's pretty impressive. Obviously, being a multi-sport athlete isn't easy, balancing the practices and stuff like that in school. But well, that's kind of it for all we have. I thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
It's been good meeting you, and I wish you best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's going to be it for this week's edition of SCTV3's Sports Extra. Tune in next week for more sports coverage.